First off, I hope everyone's enjoying the Retro Studios season. Now before I hit the facts, I'd like to plug the Twitter. All the questions I'm about to answer have already been answered there, and it's sort of become my primary outlet to communicate as the Geek Critique, and keep everyone in the loop on what's going on. Okay, let's get started. Well, yeah, of course I will. It'd be kind of weird to do a video for every other Metroid game, and just leave off a few. That being said, DKC and Metroid have been my primary focuses for almost 2 years now, so when Retro Studios is done, I think it's time I get back to a different series for a little while. But down the road, once I get a 3DS capture device, yeah, I can definitely do another Metroid season. And for the record, I've beaten Samus Returns twice already. The second time was in fusion mode, and yeah, I'll have plenty to say about it when the time comes. This is always an intriguing question to get, because there is no shortage of things I'd like to talk about on this channel. There's this, and this, and this, and this, and these are just some of the series I've got in mind. And on that note, I want to give a tremendous thank you to everyone who backs the Patreon. I wasn't expecting to hit that milestone as fast as I did, but as long as it hovers somewhere around here, as long as I have that baseline support, I know I'll be able to make sure each game I cover gets all the quality and attention it deserves, and I'll be able to keep critiquing for years to come. And speaking of, well, as of right now, I've just started playing it. I'd ideally like to have it done in about 3 weeks, so it can come out the week after Tropical Freeze, but I'll always prioritize quality over speed. I can already tell there's going to be a lot to unpack about this one. But when Other M is finished, it will not be any kind of Patreon-exclusive episode. It'll be the same deal as AM2R. It'll come out here on YouTube as soon as I'm done with it. That is the Metroid title theme from Smash Bros., but with the beginning replaced with the Samus Appears fanfare from whichever game I'm covering. Most of the other music is from whatever game I'm talking about, which in Metroid's case I've been sourcing on the fan site Metroid Recon. It's been an excellent source of information and often help as I've been playing and covering these games. Yeah, that's a side effect of playing the Prime games in Dolphin above their native resolution. You can turn off the helmet HUD in Prime 1 to get rid of it, but it's always there in the sequels. It is, however, a lot more noticeable in my corruption footage than it was in Echoes, because my aiming reticle isn't always in the center of the screen. I hope pointing this out doesn't become one of those can't unsee things for any of you. Yes. Okay, in Prime 2 I said this. Up till now, Samus has vanquished things that threaten the universe, but it's always resulted in little more than wanton destruction. But it turns out that's pronounced Wanton Destruction. But, you see, I'm from the South, and I ain't ever heard nothing different. Really, though, I think it's a pretty funny mistake. And if I ever make TGC t-shirts, Wanton Destruction needs to be one of them. Off the top of my head, keeping in mind that I haven't played Other M and that Samus Returns probably needs more time to percolate, my order of favorites might look like this. Depending on what I'm in the mood to play, I could probably argue that any of those games, aside from those bottom 3, are actually my favorite at any given time, and I could tell you what makes any of them stand out. I think the formula for a great Metroid game can appeal to a lot of different preferences, but what makes up that perfect blend of action and adventure is going to vary from person to person, and every game in this series emphasizes different aspects of the formula. That balance is key to Metroid's appeal, and I think it's why everyone's list goes in a different order. Aside from maybe Zelda, it's hard to think of a more well-regarded series with less of a consensus. If you have any other questions, just ask, and maybe I'll make a pinned comment on this video addressing some more FAQs. See you here on Saturday for DKC Returns, and until then, keep geeking.